Hi! In this video, we'll be reviewing this cheap paper cutter that I got from Shopee. If you want to know the quality of cut, the weights of paper that it can cut, and how to replace the blade of this one, then just keep on watching! Oh, I'm so excited! This literally just came from the mail today. I got this paper cutter portable from Stationery in Shopee. I'll put the link down below in the description. And I got this for 148 pesos. I got the one with the extra blade included. So here's the extra blade. But it is cheaper if you have the... You do not get the extra blade. So... scary pala to. So you can get pricked with that. The back of this one. So, oh, it has a ruler hidden at the sides so that you can easily align them. And here's how to change the blade. Okay, so later, I will try to change the blade to show you. So let me just open this. Okay, so let's take a look at this paper cutter. So the size of this paper cutter is maximum of 8.5 inches of paper. The size of the cutter itself is 10 inches by 3.5 inches. So it's relatively lightweight. And there's a swivel here that holds the paper in place. My con for this one is there's no lock for this. There's no like the click for the swivel, so this can move around during the cutting process. And if you see the blade is protruding here, so you just have to be careful not to cut yourself. There's no like a protective mechanism for it. So there's also a calibration. There's also a calibration here. So in millimeters and in inches. And there's a grid here with 2 holes to keep it in place. To help you in storing it. There's also calibration for the swivel in centimeters and in inches. There's a groove here where the blade will run through. So this would be your guide to aligning your paper. So rubber here. So this kind of prevent the cutter from moving all around. And then this is the hidden ruler. So we'll now test this to different types of paper. Let's start with the 80 GSM paper. So this is the ordinary bond paper. So you see that I'm aligning it here. That's where the cut will take place. So it is very smooth. It glides really smoothly. And there's no difficulty in gliding it. So the cut of the paper is... it's smooth. It's a smooth cut. There's no fraying of it also for 80 GSM paper. We will now test this for thicker paper. So this is 176 GSM cardstock. 176 GSM cardstock. So that's the problem with this one. Since the blade is already protruding, you have to adjust the placement of the blade so that it will not accidentally cut your paper when you're still positioning it. So after you have positioned it, that's the time when you slide the cutter. Please give this video a thumbs up. You have this cut. So for 176 GSM, there's a little fraying already here. Let us try that again. Maybe I just did not put on enough pressure. So I'm positioning another second time around. So this time I put more pressure, and there's a I think this is a smooth cut already. So that is it for 176 GSM. We now have this watercolor paper. This is Fabriano watercolor paper at 200 GSM. Let me just cut this. So I'm putting enough pressure. And I think this is also a smooth cut. How about if we put on just a little pressure? There. A little fraying. But I think it's okay. The next paper that we're using, this is Bristol Smooth Cardstock, 270 GSM. So I will cut this ordinary pressure. Smooth cut also. We'll add more pressure to the, so this one has more pressure, and it is also, oh, there's still a little fraying there. So what's my verdict for this one? This is a really thumbs up for me because this is great for your everyday use, for your business, for your usual project, something that you need something portable, not a heavy duty one paper cutter. And this works well with different types of paper at 80 GSM, 176, at 200 and up to 270 GSM of paper. My only con for this one is you just have to, in aligning, it's a little difficult because this is your only guide for the cutting, and this is a relatively thick groove. So if you want really precise cutting, then you just have to learn for the adjustment of this one. And I've already been using this paper cutter for about a month now, and I like how smooth it is when you're cutting paper. So I usually use this in cutting my waybills for my online orders for my online shop, and this has been a game changer for me. It saves me a lot of time, and which is why I like this paper cutter, and the price is relatively cheap. And my only con for this one is that there's no click for the swivel to hold the paper in place. So there's a tendency for the paper to move around during cutting. You just have to hold it properly. And also for this one, the protruding blade. The protruding blade is something you have to watch out for, especially if you have children at home. This can cut through their skin and even your skin. So you just have to be aware of the protruding blade, or if you want, you just place it like this one, so it's relatively safer. But it is more, especially if you have children at home, you have to put this in a place relatively out of reach of children. So we'll now get on to how to replace the cutter or the blade. I bought an extra blade. However, it's not the same color as this one. But anyways, if you just want to have the function and not you're not picky with the color, so that's it. So the problem with like I said before, the problem with the blade is it is protruding. There's no protective mechanism for the sharp part of the blade. So this is what the replacement blade looks like. And now we'll try to replace this one. So just protected our surface just in case. So if you're going to replace the blade, in the top part of your paper cutter, you can see the groove there, here, that's slightly larger compared to the one below. So if you want to remove your old blade, you just slide your blade upwards to that area, and then you just open the two transparent borders apart, and then you just slide your old blade out, or you just pull your old blade. And then if you want to replace your new blade, you just again open the two transparent acrylic part apart, and then you just slide in the new blade onto the top part, and then there you go. You'll hear a little click, and then you can now use your new blade. So let me show you that again in close up. So you have the groove here, the larger area, and you have your new replacement blade. And what you do is you just open up a little the swivel, and then you open the two transparent ruler apart, and then you just slide your new blade into the groove. You'll hear a click, and that's the time when you know that it is already in place. So please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to this channel.